Mr. Shelton, are you in favor of implementing the current proposed city master plan? Why or why not?
I think the city master plan is a good idea. What does concern me, however, is we're 3 years into the project and it's spent over $500,000. It would be foolish to scrap it and not try to use it. It's very important in planning a city that you have a plan to go by. What I would like to see, though, is that we are certain that when we get this plan in its final form, that it is fair and consistent throughout the city. I attended a meeting last week that showed a final draft. And at the end of that meeting, the gentleman from Moore Planning Group stated that this is just a plan and it can be changed at any time. Well, you know what? I don't want our plan to be like the Horizon Plan from Baton Rouge. I want our plan to have some finality to it. I realize that there's necessary times to have to adapt over the years, because what you plan in 2010 may not be good for 2025. But I want to be certain that we deal with things in planning and zoning so that the plan is realistic. Just a map of colors doesn't do the job. You have to have a compatible zoning plan with it. And I know that we're working on that too. But one of the things that we have to be careful about is how we grow. You know the expression, be careful what you ask for, you may get it. Well, we're a city now, and certain things happen that you have to take care of. Certain things happen that you maybe not have planned for. The master plan can help us in that respect. It's important that we do a master plan that has some finality to it, and it's important that the citizens understand that plan. So I'm absolutely in favor of continuing with the master plan and finishing it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. And Mr. Watts.
Of course, I'm in favor of this. This is one of the first things that I wanted to do. We were a large city. We were growing very rapidly. If you look around in different areas now, Zachary has hired a master planner. Baton Rouge now has one for East Baton Rouge Parish. Ascension Parish has had a master planner. All of this is after the fact. We hired ours early on. My opponent has said he started looking at this at our last meeting. We started this in 2006. So, you know, there's been ample time to look at the master plan. The SDAC meeting, the Sustainable Design Assessment Team, we got a $25,000 grant. They came in here in February, lasted through April. It was open to the public. We had over 500 citizens come through and offer their suggestions with the surets that we had. The interim plan work continued through 2007. Community meeting in November of 2007, another meeting in which the community could give their input. The workshop was on March 4th of this year to get an update on this plan. Phase 1 of the land use plan was in the summer of 2008. Phase 2 was in March of 2008. As far as the money, yes, it does cost money. But thanks to Cliff Richardson, Bodie White, we have got $200,000 from the state for this master plan. We have gotten money from a grant for the Sustainable Design Assessment Team. So the money that we're spending is well worth it if we want our city to continue to be central with our rural areas and to have our city center the spot that we need it to be. Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Shelton, would you respond to that?
Well, as I stated, I think the plan will be good. It can be good. Of course, we're months away from completing it. There'll be more input from the citizens, and I hope that they will come to give their input. One of the things I want everybody to understand is that just because we have a plan, it doesn't necessarily mean that the rural aspect of Central is going to be kept. In landscape vision, which I think may be good in some parts of Central, a hedge of shrubs doesn't make it rural. And we need to be certain that this plan maintains our rural lifestyle. No plan that changes our fabric of the city of Central is worth the money that we're spending. We need to be certain that it is exactly what we need when we get to the final product. And I'm sure we can do that.